launcher, the BM-13 multi-barrel rocket launcher, commonly known as Katyusha, Russian, romanized, Katyusha, was the first self-propelled rocket artillery system to be mass-produced and used by the Soviet Union during World War II. Compared to conventional artillery, these multi-barrel rocket launchers, while more fragile, less accurate, and having longer reloading times than other artillery, can rapidly unleash a large amount of explosives on a target, have stronger mobility, are inexpensive, and easy to produce. During World War II, Katyusha became the first self-propelled artillery system mass-produced by the Soviet Union and was often mounted on trucks. Compared to other self-propelled artillery, this mobility gave Katyusha additional advantages. It could deliver a large volume of firepower at once and quickly withdraw before counterattacks. Its rocket launchers were mounted on ZIS-5, ZIS-6, GSAA trucks, T-60 light tanks, etc., and it could also work with the US-6 trucks provided under the Lend-Lease Act, as well as a small number of American-supplied Chevrolet G7100 and Ford Marmon Harrington HH6 COE-4 trucks. The launch frame of this rocket artillery is marked with the letter K, which is the designation used when it left the Voronezh Communist International Factory, now known as the Voronezh Excavator Plant. The letter K is the first letter of the Russian word for Communist International. Since this new type of rocket artillery was under strict secrecy at the time, the Red Army soldiers did not know its official name and instead named it after a popular wartime song based on this letter K. This informal name quickly spread throughout the Red Army. The German army referred to it as the Stalin Organ, German, Stalin Organ. The Katyusha weapons of World War II included the BM-13 rocket launcher, the lightweight BM-8, and the heavy BM-31. To this day, the name Katyusha is still used for more modern Soviet truck-mounted multiple rocket launchers, especially the BM-21 and its derivatives. The Soviet Union established the Rocket Research Institute in 1933 to develop rockets for the Army and Air Force. In 1938, the Soviet military's fighter aircraft, attack aircraft, and bombers were equipped with 82mm and 132mm aerial rockets, which were used in the Battle of Namenen. In 1938, the Rocket Research Institute was renamed the Third Research Institute of the Soviet People's Committee for Ammunition. In addition to aerial rockets and multiple rocket launchers, it also developed jet engines, naval rockets, and anti-aircraft rockets. However, until the outbreak of the Soviet-German War, due to a limited technical team and weak testing and production foundations, only aerial rockets were successfully developed, while no results were achieved in the other weapon projects. During the Great Purge of 1937 to 1938, the leaders of the Research Institute Klemenov and Langmark were suppressed, and Korolev and Glushko were imprisoned. The Soviet military leadership also lacked a long-term plan for rocket weapons. The famous BM-13 Katyusha rocket launcher was proposed and developed by technical personnel in 1938 as part of a labor competition at the institute. In October 1938, vehicle-mounted experiments for the rocket launcher began, using the GAZ-6 truck as a platform, with 24 launch rails capable of height adjustment only. In April 1939, a prototype of the BM-13-16, equipped with a 16-tube launch frame that could rotate 180 degrees, successfully launched. The technology for self-propelled rocket launchers was becoming increasingly refined. In December 1939, the BM-13 rocket launcher passed live-fire tests at the shooting range, but due to disagreements among prominent officials, including then People's Commissar for Ammunition Sergeyev, People's Commissar for Defense Voroshilov, Deputy People's Commissar for Defense Kulik, and Red Army Artillery Commander Voronov, the BM-13 rocket launcher did not officially enter service. The rocket artillery was secretly equipped in small numbers in the Soviet Red Army starting in September 1939 for testing, with 5 rocket launchers assigned to the Coastal Defense Forces in Sevastopol for trial use. After the outbreak of the Soviet-German War, the People's Committee for Ammunition's Third Research Institute was renamed the People's Committee for Aviation Industry's First Research Institute, which focused on the intensive development of jet aircraft engines. The BM-8 light rocket launcher, BM-13 rocket launcher, and BM-31 heavy rocket launcher equipped by the Soviet Army during World War II were all pre-war products. The Katyusha multiple rocket launcher has a total of 8 launching rails, with a rocket suspended above and below each rail. It can fire 16 rounds of 132mm caliber rockets, with a maximum range of 8.5 kilometers. It can be operated for single shots, partial salvos, or simultaneously. The combat part of the rocket contains TNT explosives. During launch, the overload and stress it endures are far lower than that of a tube artillery, so the explosive filling factor of the rocket is higher than that of ordinary shells. Therefore, the explosive power of a 132 mm rocket is equivalent to that of a 152 mm howitzer shell. The propellant section consists of 7 tubular propellant cartridges. Loading ammunition for a simultaneous salvo takes about 5 to 10 minutes, while a simultaneous firing takes only 7 to 10 seconds. The transport vehicle moves at a speed of 90 km per hour. This artillery has fierce firepower, a large kill zone, and a bombing area of up to 8,000 square meters, making it an effective weapon for eliminating enemy troops in large numbers, suppressing enemy fire support, and destroying enemy fortifications. On May 9, 1939, during the Namenhen incident, referred to as the Battle of Halha River by the Soviet side, the Soviet Red Army tested the use of rockets with delay fuses in aerial combat for the first time. A Soviet ace fighter pilot named Borodidin claimed that he shot down 10 Japanese bombers using rockets while flying his aircraft in the Battle of Halha River. On July 14, 1941, the first rocket artillery company of the Soviet Army, equipped with 7 BM-13 launchers, fired at the German-occupied town of Rudnya in Smolensk Oblast. The rapid launch of over 100 rockets resulted in heavy losses for the stationed German 5th Infantry Division. Due to the intense shelling, the German forces at the time believed they were under attack from a Soviet artillery division.